This video is brought to you by Hawks. Because... Oh, jeez! Hi, everyone. This is Robert the Cozy Lion. Today, I'm going to share with you a personal story about growing up with Pokemon. It wasn't as fun for me as you may think. That's because I had a really religious stepdad. Basically, I wasn't allowed to watch Pokemon growing up. But don't worry, I didn't let that stop me from getting my Pokemon fix. So stick around and I'll tell you how I managed to get away to watching Pokemon at home as a kid, with a religious stepdad around. The first time I ever heard about a Pokemon was in 1999 when I got a cute little Poliwhirl plush with my kids' meal at Burger King. What the heck is a Poliwhirl? At the time, I had no idea just how massive and popular the world of Pokemon was. Pokemon was everywhere. I mean, it started as a video game where you collected and traded Pokemon, but then it expanded into a whole franchise that included a trading card game, t-shirts, toys, and especially the TV show. I remember checking out a couple of episodes to see what the hype was about. And in all honesty, I totally got it. The fun stories, the characters are lovable, and discovering new Pokemon in each episode was just so exciting. Crazy how it blew up and became super popular. Everybody I knew loved Pokemon. Except my stepdad. I was watching Pokemon with my friends one day at my house, and he walks in and immediately turns off the TV and told us we couldn't watch the show anymore. I was so confused and upset. He explained that it was some kind of mind-controlling show and how the church said it was wrong. Something like that, I don't know. Like how the concept of evolution in the games and show went against the creation story in the Bible? What? Oh, and that the Pokemon look like
evil or demonic creatures.
This little guy? Aww. Of course not all Christians felt this way. It just sucked that my stepdad did. So that meant no Pokemon toys, no Pokemon video games, and no Pokemon clothes. And especially no episodes of Pokemon. Anything that had this little creature from hell was off limits. And it sucked, you know? I really enjoyed the few episodes I watched, and I wanted to see what happened next with Ash as he traveled through the various regions. My friends at school wouldn't stop talking about all the different Pokemon, the latest episodes, and I felt left out. I didn't care. I had to catch me some Pokemon. In order to make this possible, I would have to wake up extra early in order to watch these episodes before my stepdad woke up. He liked to sleep in sometimes. I would sneak into the living room, turn on the TV.
Pokemon, gotta catch 'em!
Shh! Lower the volume to a barely audible level. All right, sorry. And I would finally watch me some Pokemon. The show had everything I could ever want as a kid. Adventure, action, humor, and of course, a ton of cute and lovable Pokemon that I just wanted to be my buddy. My favorite was Dragonite. I had so much fun watching the show. It was definitely worth the effort. But one morning, as I was deep engrossed in an intense Pokemon battle, I didn't hear my stepdad coming down the stairs. And caught me red-handed. Help! Nope, we are going to tell this part of the story. Ah, crap. I was terrified of what he would do to me. But instead, he sat down and watched the show with me. After the episode was over, my stepdad told me that he still didn't like Pokemon. But he could tell how much it meant to me. From that day forward, he allowed me to watch the show as long as I promised not to let it interfere with our family's values. Nah, just kidding. He grabbed the belt. No, wait! Ah, you're back. What took you so long? So yeah, he made it perfectly clear not to watch Pokemon ever again. But you know what? I still wanted to anyways. I saw nothing wrong with the show. I didn't think what I was doing was wrong. The show taught me about friendship, problem solving, empathy, and personal growth. I couldn't understand how my Christian stepdad considered this show to be a product of the devil. So yeah, I didn't care if he would make me memorize the 10 Commandments instead of the 151 original Pokemon after catching me, or if I had to pray for forgiveness every time I said Pikachu. I wanted to see what happens next! But it was a couple of years before I felt confident enough to watch it at my house again. But I found another way in the meantime. Sometimes I would go to my friend's house and watch Pokemon over there. But I knew I couldn't go to my friend's house all the time to watch it. And you know when you're in the tournament episodes, you gotta see who wins the whole thing. So after being scared for so long and seeing many episodes of Ash overcoming obstacles, I decided enough was enough. I was ready to try again to watch Pokemon in my own house. I would have to plan my schemes again, but this time be extra careful. In order to make this possible, I would carefully have to study my stepdad's routine, waiting for the perfect moment when he would leave the house. I knew exactly when Pokemon was going to be on TV, and whenever my stepdad was out of the house, you better believe that I hurried up to the TV to put it on faster than you can say, "Gotta catch 'em up!" Yep, my 11-year-old self was a genius. This is the good life.
Charizard is breaking the field with Flamethrower. What sort of strategy could Ash have up his sleeve?
NANI?!
Man, I was not good at sneaking to watch Pokemon. When I saw him that day, he looked mean like Gyarados. Caught red-handed again, I knew what was coming next. I had to think fast, and with my quick and sharp thinking, I used my ultimate move. Mom! At the time, my mom was unaware that my stepdad had forbidden me from watching Pokemon due to religious reasons. I couldn't really blame her though, because I never told her about it. After all, I was just 11 years old, and the thought of discussing such matters never crossed my mind. I just wanted to have fun and watch what made me happy. But we did have a little chat. She said, "Do you know why parents are careful about what their kids watch on TV? It's because they want to keep their kids safe and help them grow into the best person they can be. Shows can make you feel scared, confused, or even change the way you behave. They might have too much violence, inappropriate language, or scary images. And we don't want those things to affect you negatively. But sweetie, Pokemon isn't one of them." Thanks, Mom. So from that day forward, I was able to watch Pokemon in peace in my own house without my religious stepdad getting in the way. And boy did he hate it. But I didn't care. Even though my mom was also Christian, she could see that the show was not harmful the way my stepdad saw it. I had nothing to be ashamed of. So yeah, I wanted to talk to you guys about this part of my life since I had to live through it so long. Looking back, I'm so grateful to my mom for letting me enjoy something that brought me so much happiness. She could have just gone along with my stepdad's rules and made me give up Pokemon altogether. But instead, she found a way to make it work. Thanks, Mom. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And share the video. That would mean the world to me. So thanks for watching. You're amazing, and I'll see you next time. You know, Pokemon wasn't the only thing I was forbidden to watch. You would be surprised at the many other kids shows I was not allowed to watch. Oh no. No, not the belt! I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause. Hey, I'm really good. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. You know what's up next? It's teach Pokemon to understand the power that's inside. Pokemon, it's you and me. I'm gonna get copyright for this. I know it's my destiny.